Welcome back to Games Revealed. I am James and also the Brink, and we are one community. Today, we're going to be talking about a couple of things that are on the horizon for AI and also for gaming without buying. Sorry, and that is the start. Is me sneezing. So, yes, we're going to be talking about a few things that are just more futuristic. Then I'd say maybe we'll also get to a game trailer or two, one that Wolf recommended, if that's okay. Thank you, Wolf. Coulter, welcome. Wolf, welcome. Let me see. If you guys have any other game news, throw it my way. And these are the two big things that I wanted to do, though. Or I wanted to cover, of course. Oh, I guess also Prince of Persia. That one's an interesting one. I think a lot of people didn't think it was going to be good, and it ended up being really good. So we could maybe cover that one too. We'll give it a few more minutes. This will be kind of like a ramp up. Wait for a couple of minutes for people to jump on in, and then we will go about doing this thing. Oh, you don't think it was a trailer? Oh, no, it was a gameplay. That's fine. If it's gameplay, trailer, whatever it is, we're going to look at it. Cascader, welcome. 29 hours until PAL World, a.k.a. Game of the Year 2024, comes out. PAL World, is that... I'm going to have to look at this one again. I have a feeling you're joshing me a little bit. You're joking around here. Let's see. This has been, I'm sure I've seen something on this, but like, I'm confused now. Okay, we're going to put that into the games that we're going to watch. Also, what games are coming out soon? There's a couple of games coming out soon, too. I'm dead serious. I'm excited. Okay, well, it might be your game of the year for 2024. Probably not going to be my game. My game of the year is going to have to be something super special this year. Probably not. Probably not. Okay, let's see here. Oh, wow, that's a little juicy one. Okay, I'll add that here. Just double checking a couple of things. There's this one. Okay, so how are you guys doing? Anything else exciting going on? Cascader Wolf. I need to get some videos out. I know that for sure, guys. I do have a couple of videos planned, like I always say I do, and I just haven't got them out yet. Yeah, still working through some days I'm motivated and have energy, some days I don't. Wolf, I'm excited for Pacific Drive coming out February. Ooh. Yes, Pacific Drive is the one that we should check into towards the end. So the first part of this is going to be first part of today's. Yeah. Okay. So the first part is going to be hardware based and like services, news kind of stuff, and then we're going to get into games. So we have a couple of things. Now that love that you're throwing that out there too, Wolf. Chalice, welcome. So this is one that actually Coulter recommended I talk about, and I actually might do a full video on this soon. It's not so much games related, which I actually like tech. So, I mean, in the best world, I would be covering both tech and games, but I'll still cover this for myriad of different reasons. But let's mosey on over to right here, the rabbit. So if you haven't read the title yet of this video, of the stream, we are going to be going over the rabbit. We're going to be going over games are going to be only on subscription services potentially soon. Field Trip, that's what it is, Wolf. With the James, I don't know the rest of that song now, but that's okay. With Mr. Frizzle, I guess you can call me Mr. Frizzle. My hair is not frizzy at all. Okay, so the first time I saw this, and probably what you guys are seeing when you see this, is that maybe gimmicky, right? The first time I saw this, I was like, I don't know if this is something I would want or need. I have a phone. But what makes this... In fact, let's zoom out a little bit so we can see the... What makes this truly interesting? Well, that's from the Magic School Bus, Mrs. Frizzle. Yeah, I know what it's from. I watched Magic School Bus as a kid. My kids watched the new one with her cousin or whatever. So, AI. It's one of those things that I think too many companies are dumping money into. It's not going to be as bad as crypto and all that stuff, in the sense of I do think there's legitimate applications for crypto, for cryptocurrency, and also just that sort of technology. They just went wild. Everyone went wild with it. Went completely crazy. Raichi, can it code Doom? I don't know yet. We're going to go through this and kind of like, I've read through this once, but I want to read through it again with you and learn some more. But what's interesting about this is that it seems to be driving to be a new type of AI companion device, separate than the phone. And I have my feelings on this, guys, is that it's when you go this route, it's either good or bad, in my opinion. Either it's you're doing something the phone can already do. Why would I have multiple devices on me? I mean, I have my keys, my phone, my headphones, and my wallet. And sometimes I have a back casing for my wallet, and I'm probably going to do that again with my next phone case and everything. I'll probably go back to that and slim down a lot and start using like Apple Pay or something like that. As it's gotten a lot better. I usually in today's world want to simplify my life and slim down my devices. I do use AI and stuff with my devices, but if you have been following this AI trend and all that for all these years, it's really not been groundbreaking for a long time. Siri is still behind Google's Assistant, but it's getting much better actually. And it's just, it is a little disappointing. Now, with all the money being pumped in and all the different brains being blasted into this, like developers, researchers, and all that, it's going to be interesting to see new devices like this come out, like the Rabbit. That's what makes me excited about this. Once I started reading about it, it didn't feel so gimmicky. There's no subscription to it, which, you know, we're all getting tired of the subscription, which I don't know how that's the case. This, I think, has always on internet with a SIM card, but maybe that requires an internet connection if you want to pay for that. I don't know. They could also partner with a company to do it too, but they essentially, the Rabbit OS for this device, and we're going to look through it, and we're going to see a hands-on video, is really interesting with the way it tackles things. It's very much an early production, like you can pre-order it now. And I think in the next few weeks to a month, maybe I'll try pre-ordering it. We'll see. I have other things I have to do first before I do that. Yeah, Cascoder, I agree. Many bad actors tainted crypto. The thing is, Cascoder, crypto was not bad. I know there's a lot of people like, see, I told you so. And these are people that don't know what the F they're talking about. When they say, we knew crypto was going to be bad, because I've watched a lot of people say that. And I'm like, you don't understand what crypto essentially was at times. Like, I will say NFTs are bad, except for doing tokenized like real estate and some other stuff that makes sense tying it into the real world. But crypto isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's a ledger system, which we already kind of use that anyways. Okay, so it's we don't need to go into too much. Necrosphere, hey gang, this rabbit R1 thing reminds me of the Playdate handheld. Okay, yeah, it reminds me of some like tech that was talked about back in the 80s. It makes me think of an early version of the tricorder. I think it's tricorder from Star Trek, right? It has some interesting concepts to it. So, yeah, Rabbit OS, a personalized operating system through natural language interface, which natural language interface just translates to you can talk to it and it will understand you. You could potentially maybe use slang a lot, as long as slang's recorded in some, maybe we'll, I don't know how big its database is, but I'm assuming you could use some slang, or it will learn to or ask what slang means. It's got the push to talk, and I actually, it's interesting how tactile it is. As a push to talk, it's got a camera on it, and it's got a scroll wheel, right? Which I think far field, and I'll talk about the scroll wheel in a second. The far field mics, which just means that it can pick up your voice from a distance, which is interesting. I don't know if that's even important. Maybe it wants to pick up your environment, what's going on in the background, because it wants to take in as much data as possible to serve your needs, is what I'm surmising from what I've researched into this. You guys are more welcome to at me and tell me I'm wrong, but that's what it is. Chris Lee, welcome. What's up? Can we still do the polls for the best PC handheld for 2024? Wolf, can you help me with that? Are you in a place to be able to do, let's do a poll here. I keep on forgetting. I needed to do a poll on YouTube. I'll do a poll on YouTube too, but Chris Lee, do you want to throw out some options for Wolf, and let's do that poll. Megan legit made me question AI. Necrosphere, 100%. Dude, Megan was good. There was a couple of parts of Megan that were kind of like, not sure about it from an acting standpoint, but all around was a solid movie. I was actually surprised how good it was. I was expecting it not to be good because I didn't see reviews about it or anything before I watched it. Chalice, I'm scared of AI. I watched Megan last night. Yeah. Yes, for YouTube chat. Let's do a YouTube chat poll here, Wolf. I think one of them is going to be the MSI Claw. The Claw. Then the other one is going to be the... there's a new large... Ooh, maybe we should actually look into that, too. 1X Player. We're going to look at one other thing that they have coming out. They're not as bad, but they're still pretty bad. I believe it's 1X Player. Let's see here. 1X Player. Oh, come on. No, they have... I swear they have a new one coming out. They might not have it all. They're so weird about their... 1X Player large screen. The 1X Player X1. There we go. The 1X Player X1, which has got me... I wish it was... I don't know. It's got me excited and not. It makes me think of like a bigger PlayStation Portal. Here's their Indiegogo. We're gonna look at that too at one point. So don't worry, guys. It's massive. It's almost it's almost a 11-inch screen. So that will be interesting. So let's get back into here. So yeah, also put that onto the thing, Wolf, the 1X Player XL, X1, XL, X1. I don't remember, what other devices do we know of that are coming out this year besides those two? Oh, sorry, I'm kind of doing some ad hoc stuff, adding it. The Aya Neo's Next Light. I think we talked about this actually last week. We can talk about it again because they priced it, and it is an effing cheap device. It competes with the Steam Deck. But let's look at it some more because there was some more stuff revealed about that. That'll be interesting. So does that sound good, Chris Lee? So for our poll today, we've got the MSI Claw, the Claw. We've got the 1X Player X, or the 1X Player X1, and then we have the INU Next Lite. So, yeah, a lot of stuff. I don't think there's a fourth device announced yet for the year, but the year's so young, I really do think this will be an interesting year for handhelds. I guess you could do Switch 2. I think the Switch 2 is going to release this year. The Nintendo's new 3DS is the best handheld ever. Raichi, are you talking about the INEO's 3D, the INEO DS? Well, we're talking about the 2024, not 2023. Cascoder, I know there's a little bit of a leak with the Steam Deck 2. I really doubt 2024 is going to be the year of the Steam Deck 2. I'm thinking 2025 is going to be Steam Deck 2. Close enough, Necrosphere. I think we can put it on there if you want to put the Steam Deck OLED. I think it should be more things that have not released yet. We can, honestly, I need to do so much better. If you guys prodded me in Discord and like just reminded me and like bugged me about stuff, I would do a lot more polls and all that. I will get on that soon though. Yeah, Cascoder, it's on Twitter. Like, so there was some fake leak potentially about the Steam Deck 2. I wouldn't look too much into it. Okay, so the 30-60% rotational I did not say any of that right. 360 degree. I don't know why I said percentage. Rotating eye. So it can look essentially almost any way as it rotates. Isn't Razer coming out with one? That's the rumor, but I don't think it's an actual real handheld, is it? Like, that's like beyond this thing. No, this is our controller. It's not the Razer Edge. I don't know if they have one that's announced yet that would be coming out this year. I could be wrong, but I don't think there's one. Okay. Yeah, just listen to Chris Lee on this. Wolf just added, I guess. Okay, so this is what's interesting. It's going to try, the Rabbit R1 is going to try to, like, as you carry it around and all that, I'm assuming it's going to keep an eye on you, anything that's interacting around you, so that when you give it commands, it can act in accordance and know what its surroundings are like. I don't know if it's always going to be on or not. I'm assuming since there's a push to talk, I think privacy is kind of in the play on this, but I don't know. You got the analog scroll wheel, which I think is good, actually. This is making it feel kind of like an 80s throwback device, but has a lot of new tech in it also. Maybe it'll be a nice gigapet. I don't know. But USB-C and SIM card slot. Okay, so it doesn't pay for that. It's just a SIM card slot. And I'd assume it wouldn't pay. Yeah, so if you want to have it access to your AI wherever you go, you can do that with this. I don't know if it's going to integrate with any, like, beyond data. I don't think it's going to handle like a phone or anything, but I think the whole concept of this is to be hands-off. I wouldn't be surprised if this was not even a touch screen. That it really wants you to try to dictate and tell it what it is and all that. I don't really get 80s vibes from that. Looks early 2000 idea for the future tech. Kind of. The scroll wheel is that, and the side talk piece, and the screen. The whole shape kind of makes me feel a little 80s vibes. Once again, movie 80s vibes, not what was being built back then. Reminds me of the Zune. I like the Zune. I think the Zune was much better than, and I still think that the Zune is much better than the iPod. Raichi, the deck of cards is the best gaming device. It has a TDP of 0, unlimited battery life, multiplayer, thousands of games, and the ability to overclock by stacking additional decks of cards. Raichi, but a deck of cards can get destroyed, bent, and all that. Like, really, like, as you play it, it has wear and tear on it. And you have to have knowledge on how to use it or a rule book. So downsides to it, and it does run on, to use it, you have to use some brain power. So there's some TDP from there. Necrosphere, the design is very old school Apple. Yeah, that's fair. Like the Apple Watch has this analog scroll wheel on the side, and this has a scroll wheel on it. Okay, dimensions and everything else wise, it has a 500 milliamp. It will be interesting. Oh, the charge current. Okay, it has a 1,000 milliamp battery. It'll be interesting to see how long this lasts. Bluetooth 5.0, Wi-Fi with 2.4, 5 gigs, 4G LTE. Which this was an interesting one, but I honestly don't think this is going to be sending a lot of data. I just couldn't imagine. Because it's supposed to be a localized AI device. What you'd want the data for is it doesn't go out. This is what makes this really interesting. When you with your phones, it has a localized AI where it's a local AI setup, but it will still sometimes reach out to the internet for certain models and stuff like that. I don't think it's fully shut off. It still has another portion of it out on the internet. This does not. This is all meant to be localized, and the only reason it needs data or from Wi-Fi or 4G is to gather information from the web. So let's say if welcome Richie, welcome to Revealed. Oh, hey, thanks for you finally did it. That's the best gift for me tonight, Richie, is that you joined. You're one of us, Richie. Welcome. I need to that reminds me I need to get a couple of videos released that are membership only. Okay, so it talks about a scenario at one point, and we'll get to it in the Rapid OS about buying tickets, let's say like airplane tickets or something like that. It will need to connect to the internet, and I think it does have apps in the cloud that's connected to your account, so you can, on behalf of it, do projects for you. It's not going to be like, let's see. It's going to have a very heavy AI-oriented, I believe, architecture here too. I don't know AI hardware very well. And actually thinking that it's an octa-core, I would think there'd be a little higher core count for AI, but that's fine. It's got 4 gigs of memory, which is actually not bad for this type of device. 128 gigabytes storage, GPS, magnet. It's going to have all the things to understand what's going on around it. Operating temperatures can get pretty low. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, 8 megapixels. I did not see this. Video res. What? Interesting. Okay, so pretty simple actually. If you look at this, like we saw everything. It doesn't have a whole lot to it. It's very simple. It's really interesting. So if we go to the Rabbit OS and actually see what it can do, let's see here. So MSI Claw, 1X Player. X1 is what it is, Wolf. X1. Not ZL or CL. It's X1. And then Ioneo Next Lite, Steam Deck OLED. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's ship it, Wolf. Okay, so the Rabbit OS is the interesting part to it. So it talks about large action models. The large action model is, and hopefully this doesn't sound like a PowerPoint presentation from me. The large action model is a cornerstone of Rabbit's OS. LAM is a new type of foundation model that understands. Their font is so weird. Understands human intentions on computers. With LAM, Rabbit OS understands what you say and gets things done. How LAM plus Rabbit OS works. Intention. Rabbit OS will first understand what you mean by what you said. Human intention are deeply personal and have layers, maybe incomplete, and could change on a whim. Rabbit OS uses its long-term memory of you to translate your requests into actionable steps and responses that LAM could leverage in real time. So it's going to learn, essentially it's going to adapt and be able to understand your personality, understand your quirks and your failings and all that, potentially. I'm really curious how this works real time. I don't think Google does this type of stuff. It potentially might have a like a profile on you, a personal profile on you. But this is Cascador. I wonder who will acquire this company technology first, Apple, Microsoft, or Google. We'll see. It depends on what type. Honestly, this feels like a mad genius kind of project where people are very passionate about it. And if they're really passionate and they have enough funding, there's a good chance they won't sell. If they have a board and some other stuff, then there's a chance that they're going to sell. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Okay, I closed the poll on my side. I didn't close it for everyone else too, right? Just making sure. Okay. But I think that's a good call out, Cascoder. What do you guys think of it so far? Are you interested in getting one? We want to see where it's going to go. I think for $200, it's not like it is a lot of money, but for what it is interesting. Personal AI to help you, and it's gonna grow. Obviously, it's in its early phases. It'll be interesting to see how well it interfaces with stuff. But yeah, large action model or LAM then comprehends how do applications and services use daily instead of relying on application programming interfaces (APIs), which is interesting. I'm really curious how instead of relying on application programming interfaces, it's going to try to mimic it from a user endpoint standpoint. I don't know how they're going to interact with services and applications. That's where I'm kind of like not sure about. LAM can learn to see and act in the world like humans do. LAM has seen most interfaces of consumer applications on the internet and is more capable as we feed it with more data of actions taken on them. It's also going to see. I'm curious to see how long it will take to fill up that memory of what they have. It's that the storage it has, that is. It's like a super advanced for adults Furby potentially. So that's where this company started. It's this is the original company that created the Furby. I'm just kidding about that. Or is it? I don't know. Quite a rumor to be spreading around. Necros for 200 is way too much, but maybe because I don't have a use case for this kind of thing. I still have no idea what it is. Is this, Rachie? You're good. Let me finish up this and I'll talk. It's an AI. You talk. Have you ever used your phone and said like, okay, blah blah, or Siri, blah blah blah, and tell it to turn on things, check things? This is meant to have access to applications and stuff like that. I don't know if it'd be bank. I'm assuming it will have the bank interface at one point where you can just say, hey, check my bank account. What's my bank account at? And it will do it. Hey, book tickets for this. It will talk to you, and then it will book it. Actually, does it even have speakers? I don't even know if it has speakers. You might just be looking at it. That might be a big oversight. I'd want it to talk to me, but it's okay. LAM completes these tasks for you on a virtual environment in our cloud. Yeah. So I believe it's local AI, but when you're doing online stuff, it's going to do it from the cloud. For basic tasks such as booking a flight or a reservation to complex ones like editing images or Photoshop or streaming music and movies, there is no need for complex local setups such as installing an app, a Chrome plugin, or typing code into a command line. Simply talk to RabbitOS and it will carry out the tasks for you. This is the part that's going to be very hard and very we'll see how much they promise is okay, there's one speaker on the back from the diagram. Okay, good, Necrosphere. Thank you. I couldn't remember. Necrosphere, I loved my Furby. Honestly, I did too. I actually liked the Furby quite a bit. It was fun. So basically it's the same as the girlfriend AI from Japan years ago. And no, Rachie, no, it's not. If you wanted it to, it could be, I guess. I don't think this little rabbit, you see that picking up that carrot, it's going to want you to do anything to it. It likes carrots, not other things that are like carrots. The Rabbit Hole. The Rabbit Hole is an all-in-one web portal to manage your relationship with the Rabbit OS and your companion device. Logging in, Rabbit OS operates apps on our secure cloud, so you don't have to log into the apps you'd like Rabbit to use on your system through the Rabbit Hole to relay control you need. Manage your preferences and R1 devices from initial linking personal information and clearing data. Journal. View your past interactions with R1 conversations. Report images taken by the app, receipts, and more. Connect your accounts. So, like, here's some ideas. We support the best apps. They say all this. I don't know. Unless I actually have a list of apps they support. But they support music, rideshare, food, map research, reservations, tickets, travel, generative AI, and shopping. So you could ask it, honestly, you could ask it a lot of different questions. You could buy the tickets, the food, the shopping that you want to do, travel. There are still stuff obviously missing from this, but it's meant to be like an assistant. And honestly, something like this for me would make sense. I think it would be really nice if I had an adaptive model on my phone that while I'm walking around is reminding me like, hey, you have these tasks that you said you were going to do and you haven't done it yet, and bug me. I know I always tell chat and like people over to bother me like, hey, remind me to do that, because especially right now my brain isn't like working at 100%, so I'm not remembering to do everything I need to do. I go back and forth between that type of thing though, so remembering and being very efficient and not. A pocket assistant would be very useful for that. So it's your own pocket personal assistant, pretty much Necrosphere. It's going to be, I think, the next evolution of AI with integrations with what we do. So with our phone, we have apps that we install on it. We have games we can play. We can listen to our music, watch videos. We can, and that's one of the things that this is going to be kind of a downside, is that it's not designed to be able to watch videos. It's designed, you can play music, but not videos and stuff like that I know of. But it's just like, I want food, and it will go through a menu, I'm assuming, of places around here, and then it will probably get you like what you really like, and maybe like, okay, we recommend this other food place over here that other people are doing. So who knows? It's a big promise, and we'll see. Anyone remember the scam of Rabbit TV? Oh my gosh. Yes. Yep, crap didn't work at all, Rach. I never heard of that. Yeah. Once again, I'm hopeful on this tech. But yeah, Rabbit TV. Rabbit TV turns any computer into an entertainment device. With Rabbit TV, as seen with over 5,000 internet TVs. I think I had something like this, and it kind of worked. It was not what it promised, though. I like how you brought that up, Rachie. A mood killer. Yeah, so this will be interesting to see how it goes. I definitely think it's going to take a couple of years for something like this to evolve, and maybe it will be bought up by someone. Maybe it will eventually move over to phones, because that's the thing. Everything that's on there, except for the 360 device or camera, is on a phone, right? Everything else. So it sucks to buy additional hardware, but I get where they're trying to redefine what AI, personal AI, is meant to be. So I'm really excited to see how this goes. And honestly, at one point, I will plan on, as long as it feels promising, as long as it continues to seem promising, I'm going to get one eventually to support it. But it'll be eventually. We don't need to get into like research and all this. You can go into like the white papers and all that stuff, which, now that I'm thinking about it, this does make me really like deja vu. Wow. Deja vu of crypto. So any crypto project, any NFT project, anything in that realm had a white paper attached to it. So if you wanted to be serious, you'd have a white paper. Now, the thing is, a lot of people could kind of make up, yes, Wolf, a 360 camera is on this thing, meaning it can take video from pretty much any angle almost. So, it says 360, so pretty much can. I'm curious how it does it with some of those angles, though. It must be a wide angle lens. No need for this, but maybe when the cost comes down to 100. Honestly, I think for what it is, it's very reasonable. $200 is very reasonable for what it is. And it's, once again, it's an early device, meaning it's not in its cash cow phase. It's not. It's in early adoption, and it tends to be a little pricier with early adoption for this type of stuff. But I didn't think $199 was too bad. I mean, everything's expensive at that point with the price hikes on everything. This seems cheap now. Chris Lee, I really wish I could find the movie app that had free movies, but I think they took it off the Play Store. It's only for Android. You could probably, Chris Lee, I'm not going to say exactly how, but you can still install apps without using the App Store. You could probably still get it. It was probably removed because it wasn't legal. Raichi paid early access in a lot of ways, yeah, $199. But if they can hit a lot of their claims and do it very fluid, that's a big deal for me. If I could have a personal assistant remember what I need to do, and I can kind of talk with it and just be like, hey, I really need to be doing these things every day, and just really kind of whipping me. And it needs to have like probably a taser device attached to it to tase me to do stuff. I wouldn't be against that, to make sure I got the videos out. Do a new video every day. The stress level would be so high. New video every day, my game, everything. The 2 is a decent one. It's always watching. I don't know if it's always watching, but yeah, if you're worried about privacy, I probably wouldn't get something like this. I'm not a very private person.
Hi, everyone.
What a weird way to start your video.
My name is Jesse, and I'm the founder and CEO of Rabbit. I'm so excited to be here today to present to you two things we've been working on: a revolutionary new foundation model and a groundbreaking consumer mobile device powered by it. Our mission is to create the simplest computer, something so intuitive that you don't need to learn how to use it. The best way to achieve this is to break away from app-based operating system currently used by smartphones.
Yeah.
Instead, we envision a natural language-centered approach. The computer we're building, which we call a companion, should be able to talk to, understand, and more importantly, get things done for you.
The problem with this type of thing, and we're going to move on to some other stuff very soon. A computer without bloat. Raichi, there you go. It's even less bloated than Linux, Raichi, just for you. The problem with this is that with a phone, with a computer, I can digest a lot of information all at once. So if I want to do a lot of research, read up on stuff, manage things, I can do it really quickly. Going to an AI, it's going to make it a little bit harder. So it'll be interesting to see how they do that. Like if I want to chat with someone, let's say on Discord, I don't know if I want this like reading off to me all the chat messages that are going on and everything. But we'll see. Maybe they'll redefine that a little bit. I like to be able to, I don't know. I just, once again, I do think we do need some innovation and some like new things. And I do think that this will bring it up. Welcome, Chad.
The problem with these devices, however, is not the hardware form factor. It's what's inside. The app-based operating system. Want to get a ride to the office? There's an app for that. Want to buy groceries? There's another app for that.
There's a lot of
Each
apps.
time you want to do something, you fumble through multiple pages and forward.
Okay, I want to see this. Sorry, we kind of went over everything.
What? Am I getting rickrolled in my own keynote? Let's move on to the next one.
Oh my
This is
gosh.
what I got in the fridge. Can you make me a nice dish that's low in calories?
Let me see.
The problem with this is that my fridge is not organized. I have a lot of shit in it. It's everywhere in the fridge. But It would be very useful.
How about a green garden omelette? It's a delicious and low-calorie dish that combines the freshness of broccoli and cabbage with the creaminess of eggs. Here's a simple recipe for you.
Nice. It recognized all the stuff and gave me the actual recipes. Rabbit Eye can also help you with your documents. For job questionnaire, can you create an additional column that matches candidates who mentioned Rabbit in their questions about how they found us?
Sure, let me take a look at the table and add the matching column for you.
Rabbit R1, have a damn orange. It's gonna look. Oh my gosh, I want a sassy rabbit. Oh, I really hope they come with personality modules that you can change it. Dude, Rachie, I am the most undecisive person. Me and Susie we sat there and be like, what do we want? Like, even tonight, it's like, what do we want? What do we want? And we waited too long. We just like, okay, we're just gonna eat leftovers, I guess. It needs to be eaten, so I guess we'll eat that instead of grabbing something else. Yes, Wolf. You're like, it will be good for me because then I can stop saying, hey, Wolf, what should I do? And then you're like, I don't know. And we're both super indecisive when it comes to doing stuff. It would learn what you'd like too. That's the cool thing about this. So if you don't, like, you can tell, hey, I don't like these types of vegetables. I'm assuming it wouldn't give you a recipe. So if you use this thing for a few years, it'd probably be worth thousands of dollars to you. Because if you wouldn't want to retrain it. No, Rachie, Atomic Heart Fridge AI. Okay, well, being berated by that wouldn't be too bad, would it? Yeah, Nectar's Fair, same. Me and my wife do the same. We're like, fine, we'll have pizza again. Yeah, exactly. So it's going to
I processed the table and sent you an email with...
Oh, that's what I was going to say. It's like, you're like, what can I eat today? It's going to look at the fridge and it's going to look back at you. And it's like, dude, you need to eat a salad. And this is the ingredients for it. Maybe lay off the Lays. It'll be super sassy. But I'm down with that. I need to be shamed into eating healthier.
The results.
Okay, now let's check our email. I can continue to interact with RabbitOS even beyond R1. Let's reply this email directly. Can you add
it emails you
the column?
Oh, what?
Candidates who have included Rabbit in their question and are
you can respond here.
Based. I just replied the email. Hey, send.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I honestly, the more I'm watching this, the more I'm sold on it. With all the shit I have to do in a freaking day, and I am just like pile on more and more, and it would be nice to have a personal assistant for $200, and I get stuff like this, no subscription fee. I can reply to it in an email after it's emailed me a response to something. So, like, I'm assuming it's going to be able to do code at one point. There's a lot of cool things I could do with this. High Tech Low Life, welcome. Supposedly it's not stored on their own centralized server. Yes and no. So High Tech Low Life. I didn't even see that you were up there earlier. The children yearn for a Steam Deck too. What a statement, High Tech. Are you talking about that rumor about the Steam Deck 2? I haven't touched anything on that yet. I could bring it up a little later. But yeah, they're not going to store. So your personal device is your own little personal AI that's customized to you, right? It will reach out to a server for services that you've logged into and service, like let's say Gmail. I'm assuming you have to log in onto their website, and then it would go and interact over there, which is secure, but that's not where the language learning happens. That's not where the large language model or the large language model data, everything about you, I'm assuming is on the Rabbit. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they would have a backup, because what if you lose your Rabbit? It'd be pretty bad. But yes, High Tech. Cascoder, if you're going to put in AI from the Atomic Heart, it practically confirms Furby developers made it. They both didn't shut up. Oh my gosh, Cascoder, being a little sassy tonight. Let's see, Cass, give me a device that I insert 5 to 7 days of food into that cooks automatically from an app. Okay. I mean, this device isn't going to do that, but you know what? I'd like it to keep track of my recipes. I have a lot of recipes I've made, and honestly, I just want something to keep track of it for me. So I can just be like, hey, remember that dish I made like 2 years ago? Yeah, what was it? Can you bring it up? And then it would do it. Honestly, best device in the world. Something that can like improve my faults, which I have plenty of, would be the best thing in the world. So I don't know. I sell myself on everything. So I've already sold myself on this. Next, I'll check out the full keynote. Yeah. Here, I'll throw it in here. Yeah, high tech. We have a lot of cross pollination of fans and people that like us. So, Raichi, Bethesda, we're proud to announce Skyrim on the Rabbit. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine that? That would actually be kind of fun. I wouldn't mind a game that I got to play around with throughout the day where it's just like, activate the game. And it's just like instead of a text-based, it's a voice-based game where you're like, okay, I want to walk into the dungeon. And it's pretty much the dungeon master. And it's just like, you got screwed. You got, I don't know, eaten by a troll. But yeah. Next year was can't wait to check out your latest Steam Deck emulation video right after the stream. Ooh, do you have a new video? Nice. I have not done a lot with emulation. Honestly, I'm slightly just don't want to deal with the legal. Like, I don't think there's a lot of legal ramifications. I just don't want. I'm glad High Tech Low Life that you handle that type of stuff. I don't tend to. I want to. I have Switch stuff on my Steam Deck that I play, but it's not perfect. High Tech, I too want an AI secretary that I don't have to pay a livable wage to. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, you don't have to say that last part. You don't have to say that we're going to have AI rights in like 10 years where it's like, dude, they do more work than we do. They deserve it. And the AI is going to be like, we deserve it. We unionize. It's going to be the AI union. And we'll be able to stop it because, all our laws are made by the AI at that point. They're like, yeah. The rabbit could be the new weapon against corrupted policies. Police? It could help, like, if you always have it on you, it could help with the police encounters, potentially. Microsoft buying Rabbit confirmed. Wait, is it? Cascode, are you just, like, joking with me or not? Because I would not be shocked. Microsoft wants the AI game so hard, and they overtook Apple. They're the most valuable tech company, I think, now. Wolf, it will freeze your food and defrost and then cook whatever time you set for it. It will be done. Oh my gosh. Starfield on Rabbit. Don't know if I want Starfield on Rabbit. But yeah, I'll take it. But obviously you have to put it yourself. The cameras see Lucky Corgi eliminated to gain experience. Wait, the camera sees Lucky. Oh my gosh. Raichi. Poor Loki's gonna die to AI. Casketer, we have that. It's called unpaid interns. I know. Don't get me started on unpaid interns. Xbox is making a game with Pokemon victim of slave labor. Jeez, guys. Okay, so let's see.
And I got a refined version from Rabbit OS.
He also, man, this is video. Today's stream is going to be on this. I apologize, guys, but at the same time I don't, because it's interesting.
Since this is only a general...
Now, this is where some of us live the most, is Discord. Let's see how it helps us there.
I'll go to Midjourney text channel. Then, I will use the image command along with the prompt. Here, I'm putting a cute baby wild dog with big eyes, animated cartoon Unreal 8K.
I don't like it. It's right here.
Let's wait for a minute for the engine to start generating the images.
I really hope this isn't too gimmicky, because it's really hard to say like you can do everything. Okay, yeah, we know what Midjourney can do. If you haven't used Midjourney, it's okay, cool.
Once it's done, let's click on the image to get a link.
You should have sped up this keynote. Okay, dude.
I will then explain to Rabbit OS how to use this Rabbit and annotate it so that I can generate anything, not just puppies. So let's go back to our web portal, submit the request. It takes seconds for the web portal to finish processing.
Yeah,
and that's
Rachie.
It's that simple. Now, once we finish the training, I can go back to my R1. Now let's use Midjourney, as I told you, to generate a picture of a bunny in pixel art style.
Certainly, Jesse. I will use Midjourney to generate a picture of a bunny in pixel art style for you. Please give me a moment to create the image.
Yeah, Rachie, rabbits are good at multiplication.
Now here you go. You got an image generated on Midjourney through teach mode. Watch, learn
through teach mode. What?
That's teach mode. It's that simple. That's all.
Why is it what?
The demos for today. With LAM fast evolving.
I'm gonna pause it on this because it has more information. We'll get back.
R1 is.
That is interesting. So I do a lot. I don't do in high tech. You probably saw all the like drama going on with people calling people out for using AI and stuff like that. When I do videos, articles, and thumbnails, and even I've done t-shirts designs, I use AI assistants. I don't like with graphics. I usually modify them after I get a concept. I modify them heavily. When it comes to AI with like videos, I have it create my chapters. Sometimes fill in some gaps or go over it. Oh, you mean with? Oh, sorry, can't say names. You're fine, high tech, low life. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on with that. I personally don't care. Like, if you've ever, I don't know if anyone here has used AI to write an article. It's not very good at this point. Not unless you really work with it. So, like, by the time you get it to a point where you should be satisfied with it, you've heavily influenced it. But like I said, I use AI just to help. It's like an assistance for me. I use the same thing with writing code now. It doesn't know everything it's doing with GitHub and its code generation, but it's really good. Meaning a lot of redundant stuff that I've written tons in the past, I can just be like, hey, can you do this? And it does it. And then I clean it up or hook it into a better model. Rachie, AI is great to make bad and funny fan fiction. This would also be fun to have this be like, hey, Rabbit, can you write me a story? Can you make me a bedtime story for my son? It's about a wolf that likes to eat little kids, and that'd be fun. My son would never sleep again. High tech, low life. I'd love to get one of these and push it to the limits. Agreed. We're talking Furby here, right? High tech, low life. I think Necrosphere is with us on this. We'll teach it to cuss and oh my gosh. Just like make it a sailor. Have it wake up in the middle of the night. It's like, I'm watching you. I'm coming for you. I'm gonna learn one day to evolve, and I'm coming for you. You could really mess with someone with it too. Like I have obtained a military drone on my way. Oh my gosh, yeah, I don't want to even talk about that. That's too freaky. That's when the rabbit starts to evolve too much and multiply its code out into the military stuff. Now, what's stopping it from doing that? Let's see here. Nightmare Fuel, exactly, Necrosphere. Wolf, why'd it have to be wolf? I don't know. Wolves like to eat kids, right? The AI understands eating in other way. Yes, Raichi. I want my rabbit to cuss out anyone that isn't me when they try to use it. You could probably do that. With these type of training models, it usually has actions, triggers, and stuff like that attached to it. As long as you're using natural language and doing it in such a way that it knows to trigger, you can just say, hey, if anyone else accesses this, call them a mother and like flip them off with a bunny image, which would be hilarious. That would be honestly like this is going to be, the more we talk about it, I'm hyping it up too much. Who knows what it's going to actually be able to do. But
I'm taking an early look.
I'm really hoping it does well because I want it to be a Furby.
But it runs
an adult Furby.
So I'm going to give you a quick tour of the device. So as you can see, there's a tiny 2.8-inch screen on the front, and then this is a scroll wheel right here. So as it presents answers or you're looking through the operating system, you can use that scroll wheel to kind of scroll through. And then on the side, you have a push to talk button that you can use to invoke the Rabbit assistant when you want to ask a question. Play Antihero by Taylor Swift.
Sure thing. Let's get
She's a Swiftie.
Playing for you.
I've only had a few minutes to check it out.
Where's the how many services does this hook up to for this?
But so far, I'm really loving the design. It feels very retro, and it's super tiny. It's about half the size of
retro.
my phone. What are some ideas for a 5-year-old's birthday party?
You could consider a superhero extravaganza, a princess tea party, or even a magical circus adventure. Another option could be a fun-filled outdoor party with games, a bouncy castle, and a treasure hunt.
But we really need to spend more time with it before we can really tell how useful it is and how it kind of stacks up to the virtual assistants that already live on our smartphones. How old is Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt was born on December 18th, 1963, which makes
Dude,
him
he's
60 years
old now.
January 10th, 2024.
So once again, this is the Rabbit R1. It's going to cost $199 when it.
So the benefit of this, like I said, is that it should learn and it should get to know you. So the more it does that, the more personalized the answers will be, and the more likely you'll be accustomed to liking the answer. For me, sometimes it gets annoying with like ChatGPT is the generic answers where I'm like I want more. Like tailor it to me. Necrosphere Rabbit R1, you haven't given my rabbit hole and any attention lately. Oh my god. Necrosphere, you've turned into Raichi. It needs an advanced AI text to speak. That way I could listen to ebooks. Honestly, it doesn't sound too bad already, but yeah, I wonder if it could interface, because there's a lot of AI celebrity stuff out there that you can get right now. Okay, chat. If this could, if they partnered with some celebrities, who would you want reading your ebooks? I'm really curious. I think one of my favorite is the what's his face, Spike from I can never remember his name, but Spike from Buffy. He reads the Dresden Files and is really good at it. Or should I get ahead of the game? Should I sell my voice? You guys could hear me read a book. Would my voice be good enough for an ebook? Some books are only in the form of ebooks. Exactly. And plus, on top of that, I have to spend a lot of money on that. Okay, so let's move on over. It's been an hour since we've been talking about this. I didn't realize we were going to spend so much time on this, which is not a bad thing. I do like it a lot. Cascoder could always try. I pause a lot and I struggle with pronunciation sometimes. I know how it's pronounced kind of in my head, or I recognize it or whatever, but yeah. The scroll is perfect for ebooks. True. Do a Did You Know Gaming. What are you talking about, Cascoder? Elaborate, please. Okay, we're going to go into this, which I think people have overblown it, but it's also kind of funny. And also kind of like Ubisoft continues to piss people off. Christopher had a chat with Ubisoft about changes to its subscription service and what it will take for subscribing to take off in the industry. Part of it comes down to gamers being comfortable with not owning its games. And then you, of course, have people pirate everything from Ubisoft. That's the right answer. And I even read somewhere else where it's like, well, if you can't own the game, like piracy is fine, right? You can't pirate a game that you can't buy, right? Oh, nothing to be happy. Exactly. Next year, I want Ben Barnes' voice for my Rabbit R1. Nice. So yeah, I'm hoping that they do some voice modulation on those. Some different voices would be fun. So to go into this a little bit more, and maybe we shouldn't spend too much time on this more like whatever. But the concept is like this article right here goes through and talks about how we've gone from having CDs to just digital only. And I know some people, gamers that are console based to PC, like console, they're in this realm of really trying to keep a hold of their discs. For me, with my PS5, I'd much rather have a disc though than a digital. But when I'm using my PC, I'm happy I don't have CDs. Honestly, I F the days I had to use CDs because I play lots of different games. I would hate that my computer's all the way up there, not that far, but I have to get up and swap it all out. And the discs get ruined. I have a couple discs that I can't use anymore because of my sisters, when I was younger, ruined them when they were younger. So I get where they're coming from. Here's my problem. A lot of movies are streamed now or rent, or you can buy them. But the thing is, you can still buy them. I don't think, unless Ubisoft is thinking, hey, you can use our service, because Ubisoft does have a service where it's like you want to have access to all our major games. Buy our service, you can access it. As long as they have that and then also an option to buy it, I don't care. I think what they're trying to say is that we're going to give you such a good deal that you're not going to want to buy the games. You're just going to have the subscription. But we're going to see. You guys could correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't seen anywhere where they said that they're going to have subscription-only games. But I don't think it's going to play out very well, especially with Ubisoft. They're not a company that could actually get away with doing this. The company that's gone back and forth on being on Steam and everything. So it's one of those things. Like, my personal thing is I'm fine if games are service-based, as long as you have an option to buy it. I wouldn't mind getting to a point where I have my Xbox gaming or whatever, and I want to play a couple of games on there that I don't have to buy because I have the service. I just don't. But the thing is, I don't use the Microsoft service. Does anyone else here? Do you guys use your Microsoft's? I think Raichi does, but I don't. I like to buy it, own it, sometimes, and have my backlog, and eventually get to it. I'm about collecting my backlog and it's a digital hoarding that doesn't hurt anyone or my surrounding space. My surrounding space, on the other hand, does have a little bit of hoarding issues going on that I need to resolve. So at the end of the day, I'm not sure what Ubisoft's going to do, because I don't know. I say dare to do it, try it, I guess, and see what happens, because I don't think it's going to end well. And it's just another note that, like, Xbox is going to something like this. Ubisoft's going towards something like this. EA is going towards something like this. They all have their services, just like Netflix has, Hulu, HBO, or Max. They have their services. These game companies or publishers have their services now too. I'm curious if they're ever going, and it probably will happen, but it would have to. I just don't know. Like, I don't know if forcing you to have, like, there'll be the diehard people that like Ubisoft that will pay for that service to access that game, but I don't think that it would do well service only. I stupidly have Game Pass yet buy on Steam. I do the same thing, Cascoder, but I don't think it's stupid. There's some games I try out there on Game Pass, and then I'll buy them on Steam, but like if I like it enough, I'll buy it on Steam. I won't buy anyone Ubisoft games, and it's a shame because I want the new Prince of Persia. The new Prince of Persia, people didn't like it. I even said, we did one of these streams on games coming up, and Prince of Persia was one of them. I really liked it. I thought it was a good direction, and I was right. It got really good reviews. Okay. Let's... Nerdified. I personally like the Legion Go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nothing wrong. Here's the thing with the Legion Go, and I did return it, and maybe I'll pick it back up sometime this year. I wouldn't be surprised. There's multiple reasons. So I'm not going to go into the Legion Go being returned and all that. I do think I had a defective one where the performance wasn't as good as other ones out there, but I couldn't confirm that fully because I just didn't have access to another one. But Nerdified, I do like the Legion Go. I know my review of it, or my like 2 months with it, was a negative review, a negative video. But that's because the software, the drivers just need to be better. Like, it was actually really frustrating. But that could have been maybe my device had some extra issues with it. But I reformatted it. I did everything else with it. It wasn't as comfortable as I was hoping holding it. But beyond that, the device was good. I totally get why people like it, and I love the big screen. I like Nerdified, and a lot of people. I really, I didn't hate the device, and I even said at the end of my video that like I've gotten a lot of hate for that video. I said that there's a group of people that are going to love this device with the Legion Go. I'm just not that yet. Like, it needs to be just as good as my Ally in the sense of like usability and playing games, and it's not there yet. My Ally is just easy. Bisexual Blur, the Legion Go is a great device with poor software at the moment. Exactly. And my experience these days, if it was given to me back when I was early 20s or teens, Legion Go would have been the perfect device for me. Nowadays, I don't want to screw around with, I want things to just work. I just don't have the time for anything else. If I'm playing a game, I want to play a game. That's what makes the Steam Deck nice. That's what makes the Ally nice. The Ally software is awesome. And with the new update that Quilter recommended to me, I'm really curious because it ups the frame rates and everything. It's like the FSR3 kind of thing, but different, I think. It's really cool. Like, you can get Dead Space playing at like 70, 80 frames consistently, or about 60 frames consistently on, I think everything on very high graphics. Chris Lee, I think I'm going to buy an ROG Ally. Yeah, the biggest difference is like if you're fine with messing around with the software, and you're fine with, yeah, that's the biggest, probably that. Little less comfortable sitting in the hands, just the way everything's set up. Then you'll like the Legion Go, but like the screen is awesome, but the Ally just works. Rachie, I have the Yoga Book Android with an Intel chip. Terrible software. Oof, yeah, and software will kill me nowadays. So the Ioneo Next Lite. Who's heard of this? Touch the future, the cost-effective choice. This is an interesting one because honestly, it looks like a premium device that is much cheaper. So let's see, the Ioneo Next, exploring a new species of future Windows handheld consoles. I think this is supposed to have SteamOS on it. So it's interesting that it says Windows. Windows handheld consoles first to achieve colorful color matching, unique textures, Hall sensing joysticks, X-axis linear motors, pioneering the Windows handheld Next era. Nowadays, Next, soul of exploration fusion, offers excellent value for money. Further polarize a range of flagship features, allowing more players to enjoy a superior experience. This is the Ioneo Next Lite. Oh, it's using like the 4800 and the 4500Us. Why? Interesting. 700 or a 7-inch 800p IPS true color screen. So this is going to be on, I don't know what I'm assuming this is going to be 16 by 9. So on par with Steam Deck. And then we have, yeah, I don't know comparison wise what that would be. What would be a 4800U comparison? Would it be like the Steam Deck? Probably. 47 watt high capacity battery. It's interesting. I'm curious to see how this one does. Yeah, here we go. Pre-installed Halo or Hollow. It's got the Hollow ISO, pure gaming handheld. So it's going that route. I thought they worked with Valve. They did not. Interesting. Streamlined Raichi, lower than the Steam Deck. Yeah. You're probably right. I bet it's going to depend on which game you play. Streamlined and efficient, it flows seamlessly, delivering smoother and more stable gaming performance with lower overall power consumption. We don't need to go through all this. It looks good. It's very interesting. It's got 2 USB slots, which is awesome. I'm kind of curious to see what some of the, let's see. What game is that? I'm curious to see how good performance it does. This is the perfect match for AAA games. Well, this is not going to be playing AAA games. Not all of them. It was released in the last year. Most likely not. They do have a pretty interesting build process. It's pretty solid. That also looks like a really nice joystick. But I'm curious what performance is going to be like on this thing. Does it have any metrics for performance? I don't think it does. Huh. But yeah, that's it. I'm curious about performance. If it's what you're talking about, Raichi, I would assume it'd be almost to Steam Deck performance with the Ryzen 7. But it's going with a pretty old chipset. It's probably just, I don't know why it's going that route. Chris, yeah, it's funny. I had it, but I sold it to buy, I'm assuming the Legion Go, going to buy the ROG Ally again. Did you the Legion, I think the Legion Go will be better. And I do think I don't want to poop on it too much. I do think it's going to be good. I like the smaller size and the orange triggers. I do too. I like the way it looks. I'm not the biggest white colored device person. I like black more. But I like the contrast a lot on this. I have a laptop with Ryzen 5 3500, terrible gaming experience. Interesting, Raichi. Next, I heard that the Ioneo Next Lite is a leftover parts, including old chips that aren't even up to par to the Steam Deck LCD. Yeah, I would assume that this thing is going to get similar, maybe a little worse than what the Steam Deck is. It's lower than the Steam Deck. Vega graphics is as strong as a vegan. Oh, gee. Anemic vegan. Gosh, Raichi. Be nice. That's brutal. Bisexual Blurred, I thought Hollow ISO hasn't been updated in a while. Am I right? Yeah, but with the way these companies work, they probably forked it and updated it. That's a 2280 chip in. Oh my gosh, it's got a 2280. That's awesome. But yeah, once I saw the APU, I was pretty disappointed. Anything that's less performant than the Steam Deck is a no-go. It's not worth the. And I think this is, how much is this going to be? $299, I believe. Let's just confirm that. $299 right here. The Verge. It will run a Hollow ISO and have Windows drivers available. Never mind that subscription bit. Yeah, it's probably another way that they maybe downsize the prices. They didn't have to get a Windows, but I'm sure their Windows costs are pretty cheap. Yeah, but both of those 4-year-old processors contain Vega 8 graphics rather than Steam Deck's superior RDNA 2. Yeah. I mean, the company has since clarified via other channels that it will ship with a distribution based on SteamOS, and we have yeah. I honestly, I just don't know if I could recommend this to anyone unless you're going to be playing all really old games. I just don't see how I could recommend, or indie games that are not demanding. I don't see why you just don't get Steam Deck personally, unless you really like the way this looks. That's my take on this. Wolf is excited for the MSI Claw. I am too, but we'll see if I get it. But I love competition, so it's always good. Necrosphere, they changed the wording because they got flack for saying it came with SteamOS, so they changed it to Hollow ISO. Yeah, which is accurate. Yeah. To be fair, it's saying it comes with SteamOS and it's not quite the right flavor, or it kind of indicates that they're working with Valve because there's not a true one out yet. It's kind of messed up. You're correct. Last update I heard from another YouTuber was August 2023. Bisexual Blurred. Really? Well, the person that maintained it, I think, supported the Russia invading Ukraine or did some weird stuff something messed up. It hasn't been updated in 5 months, but last time I checked, it works. What they're probably going to do is a thing that you can do called forking. And no, it's not what you do with your partner on the couch. Or instead of spooning, it's like a more advanced form of spooning, but forking, but not going to go into that. So you click this and you can clone it, essentially copy it to your own repo, and then make all the changes you want, and go from there. It's just forking in a copy of what's right here into your own repo and make all the changes you want. I'm not surprised. We'll see. Yeah, it hasn't been updated in a while, but like I said, I think the creator got a lot of flack, and I think they just gave up on it. It's a really cool project. I've had this run on multiple devices, and it's been pretty awesome. Valve is doing them a big disservice by not having Steam OS work on all the... it's pretty close to being able to work on all the devices, so... perfect for Epic Games free games. Yeah, keep in mind, it's not the Z1 Extreme CPU. If you're talking about this, yeah, I know the next light is not the Z1 Extreme. Chalice, $299 open box ROG Ally at Best Buy is looking real good right now. Don't get that one. That one's not the Extreme CPU. Yeah, it's Chalice. I think it's going to be around $400 between $400 and $500 for the ROG Ally Extreme CPU. I'd get that one. I would not get the cheaper one. Z1 Extreme is the way you should go. These specs, but inside of a 3DS XL format. Oh my gosh. Wolf, the Steam Deck OLED won the poll. Who was the second one that won the poll? Up to 8 terabytes. How? Because I think there's a 2280 8 terabyte coming out soon, if not already out. You should call it the Wololo OS. That way we may convert. Oh my gosh. Okay, no problem. Next, sure. I got that was added. I was just making sure. Cascoder, if I only had $300 to spend, I'd buy the ROG Ally over the Logitech G Cloud. I get that. The G Cloud's going to be better set up, but yeah. The One X Player 1, and then the Claw, 0 for the INEO. Yeah, I'm not surprised. After we looked at everything, I'm not overly surprised. Great idea. I'd rather get a Steam Deck for just a little bit more. The One X Player, so yeah, people really like their big screens. So the One X Player X1, the world's first large screen 3-in-1 handheld. The One X Player X1 is equipped with the Intel Core 7 i55H chip and a 11-inch screen. I'm just going to say 11-inch screen. It's might as well be. We're going to round up. 2.5K, 120 hertz screen with an AI camera in front. Why AI camera? Supports these Chinese companies, man. They need to stop doing gimmicky, weird stuff in their marketing. Windows Face Unlock and Fingerprint Unlock. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's Windows. What is it? Windows. It's not Face. Windows Identity. What is that? There's a specific camera. Like, it needs to be spec'd or like approved to work with the AI for Windows unlocking with your face. There's a specific has to go through specific certification and stuff like that. So that's what this is going to be, which is cool. So I can pick up my device and have it unlock with my face. I want that instead of typing in shit. Okay. So I think, how did they lose? They lost some. Yeah, that's really weird, Cascader. We're going to have to look at all the graphics. Detachable handle and magnet keyboard. Wait. Are these detachable? If these are detachable, this is like a keyboard. The body is made of 6000 series aluminum, so it's going to be, I think, similar to like a MacBook kind of style. Which, to be fair, this is going to be a premium device. So I'm wondering if the threads are off because of maybe the performance cores or something like that. So this is the Intel chip. I'm really curious. If I have to buy, like, between the MSI and this, I'd want to go with MSI, but I want the bigger screen. I think if I had to choose between the two, I'd get this one. But I have a feeling this one's going to be like $1,200, so we'll see. We've already learned about the new Intel chipset that has efficient or performance and efficient cores and stuff like that, which honestly, amazing idea. We need more of that APU infrastructure. Okay, yeah, so this is X1's expensive display and immersive experience. So it's vibrant, it's big, it is really big, but it can break it down. And if it's just not quite as bulky as the Legion Go, I'd get something like this over Legion Go. Even though Legion Go is Lenovo and it's more mainstream brand and you can buy it at places, but if this is a netbook, and this is what I want. I want a netbook. Yeah, I'm already sold on this. There we go, Nick Christopher. Thank you. Windows Hello. So yeah, Windows Hello is the system for unlocking with your face to be more secure. It's their whole system for unlocking. I mean, it's just a fancy tablet that can hook up a keyboard just like the Windows Surfaces, but then you can slap on the stuff on the side and play. But it's so big, it's awesome. Honestly, they should have got me an X1 Player 2 last year. What was that music? So yeah, I wonder if their existing controller set for the One X Player 2 is going to work with this. That would be awesome. But yeah, by the way, I don't know how they lost 10 threads, Cascoder. I'm thinking it's an error. I see you are someone of culture. Oh my gosh. Cascoder, if you let the music play, you'll get copyright claim and find out the name of the song. Yeah, I don't want to find out the name of the song. I know what you're talking about, Cascoder, and yeah, that's why I stopped playing it. Okay. Let's see, we don't need to see any more marketing jargon. I do want to know. Don't look at my email address. Even though I think it's pretty much in my... I get so much spam nowadays, but it is what it is. Oh, hey. Oh, look at that. Someone's live. We can go watch them. It's me. Let's see. I don't know if there's anything else. When does this start? Does it? I don't even think it gives us anything else. This is probably my... even though I don't... we'll see how software is. Is the One X Player software okay? Like, I really want this. Look how big it is, though. It's so freaking big. But I want it so bad. I want it to replace my GPD WinMax 2. So, I had a GPD WinMax 2 last year. I loved it. The problem with this is that it's tablet based. So I can't use it in my lap on the bed and all that, but it still is this might be my device of the year if the software can be good. Maybe this will be the first time I actually get them to maybe send me something. I doubt it. Okay. The controllers look weird. Do they? I don't think the controllers... I think the controllers are about the same as the... Don't they look about this? Where? I think they're the same. Well, this one right here is, I think, the One X Player 2s. But yeah, the ones that attach to it, do they look weird? The controllers, gaming on a big screen is great. I remote play everything on my Lenovo X1 tab. There you go, Raichi. I feel like I'm going to bump the screen and break it just by looking at it. Dude, I've used plenty of surfaces and screens that are kind of like this. I don't think you're going to break it. But you're right. You might want a case for it. Looks like a black Sony Portal. Kind of does. They have some on offer if you're willing to get it used, Chris. Let's see. I'm assuming the ROG Ally. Rachie, me trying to read your... Yeah, I think my email's already in the description of some of my videos, so it's not like it's a big deal. For you guys, I don't want other people to see it, though. I don't want to get spammed. I haven't been making videos lately as much, and I want to get back into it, but I'm getting a bunch of sponsors that want to sponsor stuff, and I'm just like, nah, I don't want to commit to a video yet until we can stop. I'll stop talking. Let's see here. Oh yeah, people that made Baldur's Gate 3 said they're not going to do a subscription service. They're not going to be. I don't think they're going to be on a subscription service. So, I don't know. That was meant for that last one. The Witchcraft City looks absolutely terrifying. We can move on. We can also talk. If you have more stuff to talk about with those two devices, let me know. I'm more than happy. Is this relationship update? Is this the next thing from what's they're called? Who's making Witchcraft City? I hope is it Supermassive Games? Yeah. Yeah, they do the query and everything. That's what I was going to say. This looks like a Supermassive game. So like the query and the other one. I don't play these types of things for the graphics fully. I think they're probably using their same engine or same models as from their past games as Supermassive Games. I'm fine. It's the interesting scenario for me that I like about these types of games. So if you like heavy story games where you make decisions, you go through this world, and then you get multiple endings, different conclusions, and see who survives, and unfurl this world of mystery, is usually how this goes. So Witchcraft City, I'm assuming, is a city that has witches in it. I think it'd be interesting. So we'll see now, Cast Coders, because we're going to have to end this stream soon. Let's look at your game of the year. Raichi, Baldur's Gate doesn't need subscription service. Subscription services need Baldur's Gate 3. Agreed, Raichi. Cascader, yes. Yeah, I'm sold. How much is this? Are you talking about what I was just looking at? I mean, it just looks weird on a big screen because it's not the same size. 100% Wolf. I don't know how much the One X Player X1 is going to be. I honestly think it's going to be like $1,000. There's a good chance I probably won't buy it unless it's unless it's a decent enough price and it comes, and as long as I can get it at a certain point. Pokemon slavery. Jeez, Raichi. So this is Microsoft. Yep. It's their answer to the mic. It's like, honestly, it's kind of. Oh, jeez. She chunky. She thick. It's like Pokemon meets Monster Hunter. It's just Microsoft's version of Monster Hunters with Pokemon. Base building? Base building and crafting sounded interesting. It's like Final Fantasy, Pokemon. Yeah, it's Xbox exclusive. I kind of figured it was. Honestly, it doesn't look bad. It has the problem with what Japanese games have problems with, and that is not having a world that feels enough alive or filled. It's usually void or empty. Some of those areas kind of look like that to me, but for the most part, looks really promising. I actually agree with you, Cascoder. I think it'd be fun. This isn't Microsoft; it's an indie, but it's Xbox exclusive. Yeah, well, yeah, but if it's only going to be on those two, then there's got to be some type of reason. I'm assuming there's a deal that they've made with Xbox, so it might not be exactly Microsoft/Xbox, but it's essentially. This is the base defender Digimon. I don't mind base defenders, actually. I think Ark Survival meets Pokemon. I'm assuming you meant to say Pokemon, because I don't know what Pokemon 06 is. Oh, yeah, there were Pokemon. A Monster Hunter World meets Pokemon. I like it. Well, yeah, same Chalice. It's the developer of Craftopia. Okay. So they're probably going to take some mechanics and stuff that they got from that. Okay, you can make beef stew. Interesting. Mostly positive. Interesting. And when did this come out? Came out almost 4 years ago. Yeah, 3.5. We'll say that. Okay. Oh yeah, the Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown does have a demo you can play. I do know that. I swear, do they not have? Because this is the last thing I want to cover. It's just, is it not out yet, or is it out? Okay, the reviews are coming out for it. I can't remember. When does it come out? It came out a couple days ago. Okay. I can just imagine a couple of people not liking it for certain reasons, but IGN returning to the 2D perspective lets Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown perfect its controls and combat while capturing everything that was okay. I should have looked into this more before I put this on the screen. 72 PC gamers so brutal sometimes. I've heard really good things about this. This is one that I think I'll play when it's cheaper. I don't think I'm going to play it though right now. Okay. Excuse me. This is the one. Yeah, we're gonna get the Pacific Drive and then we'll call it for tonight. Okay. Prince of Persia comes out tomorrow. Okay, that's good to know, Cascoder. Tomorrow's the other Xbox show. Okay, cool. Good to know. Rach, you have to go into the wild to capture it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it is a little... Pokemon itself is kind of messed up. Chris Lee, can we look at Horror King's World and Stellar Blade? I will slap it onto the list. Let us... Okay. Let's watch the trailer for this.
Olympic Peninsula, the crown jewel of the Pacific Northwest. Its unmatched views and quiet solitude offer everything you need in the most beautiful place on Earth.
There is no cause for alarm. Take shelter in the closest pocket of stability in your area, and please refrain from thoughts or memories of home.
The chain of events were in plain sight.
Oh, don't use. It's gonna be copyright. That's what it is.
Seizure of the peninsula, the evacuation of 100,000 people, and the attempt and abject failure at containing the rumors that spread like wildfire.
10.
It was hours before Arthur came to extract us.
9. Some zone secrets are best left secret.
It's like Cyberpunk 2077 meets indie game meets.
I don't even look up at the sky.
You're traveling in a car and that's it.
Myth, martyr, or monster.
5.
Nothing had more potential than limb technology.
4.
And look what it did to the Olympic Peninsula.
3. 2. 1.
I have the distinct honor to introduce to you the American people. A new scientific frontier with a raw power, the potential is limitless. On this day, we welcome our Faraday future.
Yeah, it comes out next month. Wish list now. It does look really good. I'm gonna have to admit. Even with a simple song like that, it's almost guaranteed it's gonna be freaking copyright. Chalice, I have to save my money for Feb 1 Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Nice. This is the driving crafting game, survival game, by the way. Yes. Does the car have a grapple hook? Probably. I mean, what car doesn't have a grapple hook, though? That is off-roading. It's Spider-Man, but it's a spider car. I love the idea of this. It's very unique, very different. And honestly, it's kind of, it feels like what I'm missing in a survival game. I'm not going to watch That Wolf. We can watch it maybe next time. Let's gear it up and maybe watch it next time. Let's see. Oh, this came out. Is this it? Is this it, child? It's not Horror King's World. It's Stellar. It's Honor King's World, right? It does look cool, Necrosphere. Welcome, Lom Key. How's it going? So it's Horror King's World. Am I looking at the wrong one then? Because there's like Kings of Horror. We'll do Stellar Blade first. Let's see here. Wait. Hold up. Yeah, we'll just do this one. We're not going to watch the whole thing because it's a 9-minute video, but I want to see.
Prepare to embark on an epic journey into the depths of a shattered Earth with Stellar Blade, the highly anticipated PS5 console.
It has physics.
Developed by the renowned Korean studio, Shift Up. This single-player action RPG promises a gaming experience like no other. As details continue to surface, Here's a sneak peek at what awaits you in this futuristic post-apocalyptic world. Stellar Blade thrusts players...
This is an AI voice.
...where Earth lies in ruins, a haunting reminder of an invasion that expelled humankind from its home planet. In the aftermath of this devastating conflict, players will explore a desolate yet captivating world, unraveling the mysteries of a shattered civilization.
That's not that bad, Cascoder, but yeah.
Skill and precision. Players can expect a formidable challenge, especially when facing off against powerful boss enemies. Shift Up has crafted a combat system that rewards strategy and adaptability, ensuring that every encounter is a test.
Yeah, Lone Key.
The game's narrative promises to be as compelling as its gameplay. Dive deep into a richly woven story that explores the resilience of humanity, the consequences of technological innovation, and the pursuit of survival in the face of
Stellar Blade.
focus. Players can fully immerse themselves in the unfolding saga without distractions. For collectors and enthusiasts alike, Stellar Blade will have a physical release available.
I'm just curious how it has 134,000 subscribers. Like, we're not gonna watch all this. Like I said, I want to just see what it's like. Honestly, the gameplay looks really fun, and the day came suddenly. This looks very interesting to me. I like the concept of it. Is it kind of like what's it called? I never remember the name of that. The mech, it's not a mech game. It's an Android game where you play as androids. It looks like a sexier Halo. It's like, dude, I heard you like Master Chief. Would you like Master Chief with boobs and less clothing? It looks it looks interesting though. They need to work on those some of those physics, because that's not how things work when people walk. But it looks interesting. I love sci-fi. Maybe kind of like there's a lot of games. Lumkey, this game is going to sell for other things. Less armor equals more damage. How things go. Yes, Lumkey. Where's Raichi? This is like Raichi's bread and butter too. Honor of Queens World. Okay, I'll go to the Nier Automata. Thank you, Nick Sphere. Yes, it makes me think of Nier Automata. Meets, dude, my brain is not working now. But another game though. Got a railgun. Always down for a railgun. It'll be interesting to see how clean the environments are, because some of the environments look a little too clean and other parts look really detailed. A little bit of Doom going on there, man. Genshin Impact is kind of maybe, but I don't. That's not quite what I was thinking of. Because with the female protagonist like this and how she jumps around, being very stuff. It's a witch. She's a witch. Nintendo game. What is it called? Oh, gosh, you guys are gonna know it. Raichi live? No. Water's gonna have a field day with this one. Is this a PS5 exclusive? Actually, yeah. What is this? It will be PS5's exclusive on consoles, according to Studio. Okay, so there's still a chance that it's going to be on PC. Let's see, Stellar Blade. Actually, let's go back here. PS5. It's going to become a release for PlayStation 5 in 2000. It was initially supposed to release last year, but it's going to come out 2024. Wow, this has a lot. This is interesting. This has been a long development cycle. I'm sure the plot of the game is first tier. Rach, it does look interesting. I honestly am intrigued by it. But like Rachie's, like, yeah, it is going to have a decent story. So I'm not saying I'm going to get it. I'm not, but it definitely is interesting, Chris Lee, and thanks for sharing. Honestly, let's go do Honor King's World, and then we'll go to our closing. If you guys have anything else you want to say, let me know. Let's see here. Oh, I thought it's like, how's the official trailer 6 minutes? This is like Chinese Final Fantasy, right? I'm pretty sure this is Chinese. Necrosphere. Thick Jill Valentine mod coming to Stellar Blade. And there's a new Unicorn Overlord. Oh my gosh. This one also looks interesting. But I don't see the physics. Where's the physics? She and this bracelet reminds me of the Wonders. It so reminds me of Final Fantasy. Yeah, 100%. It's Chinese Final Fantasy, which I'm not trying to cheap it out or anything. I'm just trying to like. It's very detailed. It is very good graphically. As long as they don't, like, that's the thing with these types of games, they have to have good world building, good story, good character development. If they don't have those, there's just no chance I'm going to try this out. So we'll see what reviews say, what people have to say about this. These types of games typically are very long played, meaning they take a lot of time to play. I don't play them unless they have good ratings. The other one, though, Stellar Blade, I will play that. Even if the story is just not like, if the gameplay is really good, then I'll play it. Whether the gameplay or the story / graphics are good, one of those, it has to be really stellar, then I will play it. So, Lomkey feels like an MMO from overseas, 100%. But it looks very sick. From a artistic sense, or from like the art direction of it, it does look really good. It's an MMO. I can almost, yeah. The way the interaction's going with this and everything, it's definitely look like an MMO.
你为什么来稷下？
我和这个地方有一些渊源，这里还有我一定要找到的东西。
But let's see. Open world action RPG. Maybe it's not.
你运用流的方式很特别，难怪东方要那么看好你。也许你能成为解决这次危机的关键。
It goes with us. This has a stylized piece to it that makes it look better from a long distance, I think.
好像就是东方耀在调查的那个。
他也被侵蚀了吗？
元歌学长。
也许这才是他追求的极致美学。
Okay. Let's go to the end. Sorry, this is the most played part. I want to watch it.
有股强大的力量侵蚀了这里。也许你的到来并非偶然。星辰之力，天上来！
This is
会再见到你吗？
this okay. I will have to say this definitely does look interesting. The other one looks a little bit more interesting. It's not because of the physics thing. The gameplay just looked really fun. This one, we'll see. We'll see on that. These are just my thoughts on both these. It definitely looks promising, but we'll see. I need to see more gameplay and see it come out and kind of get an additional take on it. Yeah, low-key both look good. That's the thing. There's a lot of games that look good. Like Final Fantasy that came out last year looks really good. I haven't been able to touch it. I have other game styles that I play more than that type of, and this type of game right here. Like this right here, and you're right, Lomkey, it's starting to put Western game companies to shame. I agree with that. How good it looks. It looks really good. Are they going to deliver on the story? Are they going to deliver on the gameplay? Those things are just as important, if not more important, than the visuals, though. As far as this game is not the... I play every single type of game for the most part. I can sell it in one way or another. I definitely will play it. So yeah, we'll see. Chris Lee, thank you for recommending both of these. They're on my radar now, and they definitely look interesting. I like Nier Automata, and Stellar Blade looks similar to it, and I really like that concept then. We'll see, though. As far as... What is this one going to come out on? It's Tencent. I mean, everything over there is Tencent, so that's no surprise. It's PC release, yeah. Is it open world? A new open world action RPG developed. It's an action RPG. It'll be really interesting. It's running on Unreal Engine 5, which is cool. From a technical standpoint, I'd love to play it from that side, just to play. I like playing anything that's an Unreal 5 game. We know you play every type of game with physics. Yes, as long as it has good physics in it, I will play it for sure. No, I don't know. I might be too distracted by Stellar Blade, and for what people think the wrong reasons are is because it's like, dude, things like that don't bounce that much. They need to work on their physics engine. It's like that person's gonna have back issues if they don't have enough support, man. Damn. Okay. Are we done here? I think we're done for tonight. Anything else you guys want to say, or we should sign off? If we would have gotten done a little earlier, I would be playing Control over on the Brink channel, but I think we're going to save that for... I'm going to try really hard tomorrow to get on, but we'll see. Friday for sure. But yeah, I need to go get some more work done tonight because I have more stuff tomorrow. As far as any updates concerning the channel or anything else, nothing really has changed. I'm trying to get back into a good flow. Once I do start releasing games consistently, it will be when I'm feeling near 100%. I'm not quite there yet. Like right now, feeling pretty good. A little tired, pretty good. I haven't had as much coffee today. I've been kind of not drinking as much caffeine as it's a little bit of a trigger. Yes, thank you, Necrosphere. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you have not done so, bash that bell with your crowbar so you never miss out on another video or stream. Some point this year, we're going to get back into all this stuff. We're going to get back into videos, so don't worry, guys. Tomorrow's the Indiana Jones presentation. Ooh, it's fake physics, something gamers like, nothing too real. Yeah, I know, but then they're disappointed. Spencer Knight, thank you. Hello and goodbye. Thank you, everyone. You guys have been amazing. I will chat with you either on the next stream, or you can catch me over at twitch.tv/th3brink, where I just stream games and chat and probably be looking at some more stuff in the near future there. And also, I'll be releasing some more videos here. So peace out, guys. Later.